Chalo. Now, today we're going to understand the limitations of Ohm's law. So what are the limitations of Ohm's law? For that, once again, find out the law, Ohm's law. What is that Ohm's law? You see, the name is that under certain condition, under certain condition, what to understand? Under certain condition, the potential difference between two ends of a conductor, under certain condition, the potential difference between two ends of a conductor V and V is directly proportional to applied electric current I, means V is proportional to I. This is Ohm's law. Here in this case of the limitations of Ohm's law, with the help of this, one can understand under certain condition. This equation is only and only for metals, some conductors, that. So first limitation is that this equation is for metals, conductors, metals and conductors, not utilized in an insulator, not utilized for the semiconductor. Why? Because there is some different relation over here. For metals or say conductors, the relation is V versus I is nothing but a straight line. For metals and conductors, there is a straight line, means there is a linear relation. Here is a linear relation between V and I. Here is the linear relation between V and I. Voltage and current, there is a linear relation between these. But for semiconductors, this relation does not obey. Means not linear. It is not linear. It is a non-linear type. How it is that? For semiconductors, it is a semiconductor. The conductor, what to understand? It is a semiconductor. It is a conductor in which some property is from conductor and some of the properties from insulator. So it is named as combination of these two, named as a semiconductor. Combination of these two is named as semiconductor. Understand? Now, so therefore it is named as a semiconductor. In semiconductor, when we connect in semiconductor relation, diagram is just like that. For it is always I versus V graph. In electronics, I versus V graph. I versus V graph in electronics. Here, see, this is for forward bias, and this is for reverse reverse bias for forward bias and for reverse bias condition. These two, here is I versus V or V versus I. Suppose you take I versus V. Okay, no more problem. I versus V graph, because always we need to understand first voltage and then take the current. In this real practical, you first obtain the potential difference and then you dictate the current, but then you dictate the current. So here is also I versus V graph. In whole electronics, I versus V graph is first. So in semiconductor, in forward bias condition, this relation is will be like this way. This is regulated by this way. In reverse bias condition, like this way. In forward bias means there is no linear relation. No linear relation here in semiconductor. No linear relation in semiconductor. No linear relation in semiconductor. Then further, then after we say what we say in semiconductor means diode. Semiconductor means example is that diode. Diodes are there. Further we understand what we say in a tunnel diode also, because in tunnel diode there is a different relationships also there. Then what we say, we can understand there is a tunnel diode. Okay, seems to be tunnel diode. Okay, in first of all, I draw the diagram that I versus V. So your graph is just like that. Means you understand some at some voltage the current is abruptly increases, at some instant current is abruptly decreases. So in this way, I versus V graph is that this type of graph one can understand for one particular value of voltage, or say what we say one particular value of current, we obtained 2 voltage as the current, and you see 2 voltage V1 and V2. So this is the case in tunnel diode. Now this is the case in tunnel diode for one value of current. One value of current we obtain 2 voltage V1 and V2. This is in happening in tunnel diodes. So these are the terms. For one particular voltage we obtain the 2 value of one voltage current value, where is 2 value of voltages are there. Now further, so in a semiconductor devices there is no linear relation between current and voltage. So Ohm's law does not properly operate in the semiconductor. So these are the limitations. Now further, the next question is that resistivity. So how this resistivity is different or vary from conductor to conductor. Variation in resistivity. Variation in resistivity. How this resistivity vary? How these resistivity vary? So means to understand resistivity for conductor is different, resistivity for insulator is different, resistivity for semiconductor is different. Understand? So that here you can understand resistivity for conductor, for insulator, for and what is a semiconductor? Semiconductors are different. So how one can understand? First of all, to understand that for a conductor or metal, for conductor or metal, resistivity is about 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter to 10 to the power minus 6 ohm into meter. So see, for conductor or a metal, the resistivity word is too much small, minus 8 to minus 6, too much small. And in insulator, in what to understand, in insulator word, just like a plastic, rubber, like plastic, rubber, ceramic, resistivity up to 10 to the power plus 18 times high. Why it is so high? Because it is an insulator, no current flow from it, so therefore it is 10 to the power 18 times high in an insulator like plastic, rubber, ceramic. 10 to the power 18, too much high. What is that? And resistivity in semiconductor is different. It is negative. Resistivity in semiconductor is negative, you see, and in semiconductors are different. Means graph resistivity versus time graph is negative. The slope is there. Resistivity time graph is the slope is that slope is negative curves over there. Resistivity, 1 upon resistivity. In semiconductors also there is resistivity, but in between these two values, lower from what we say insulator and higher from metal, that way. So in time limitations are there. In so not time is temperature limitations, not time limitations. In temperature limitations are there in semiconductor. The property between conductor and insulator, okay, conductor and insulator. Okay, this is the semiconductor property. With the help of the semiconductor property, one can understand with the help of the temperature. Some amount of temperature means EC. As the temperature increases at under certain limits. So what happened? Sorry, metal's resistivity increases, while in semiconductor that resistivity decreases. So that is the part in between conductor and insulator. You see, I can write down once again it. So one can understand here in semiconductor, or say as temperature increase, as the temperature increases, what to understand, as temperature increases in metal resistivity increases. What to understand? As temperature increases, resistivity increases, and as temperature decreases, resistivity decreases. Here increase resistivity, temperature decreases, resistivity decreases. And you can understand along with some diagram also. So for metal, there is a graph of resistivity versus temperature, and their temperature in terms of Kelvin temperature and resistivity in terms of sum of 10 to the power minus 8 somehow for that, because there is a particular value of that resistor, 10 to the power minus 8, 10 to the power minus 8 ohm into meter. And you see this graph is somehow like this way. Temperature increases, resistivity increase, temperature decreases, resistivity decrease, decrease. Now further, here one can understand in semiconductor, while in semiconductor as temperature increases, resistivity decreases. But as temperature increases, resistivity decreases by natural way. So how one can understand this? As temperature increases, it is for metal or conductor. It is for metal or say conductor. And in semiconductor, about in semiconductor as resistivity rho and temperature T in terms of Kelvin. Your graph is just like this. At the higher the temperature, at the lower temperature, resistivity high. As the temperature increases, you see, as the temperature increases, the resistivity decreases like that way. As temperature increases, the resistivity decreases like that way. That is the graph of semiconductor. This is a graph of semiconductor. Now move further, because this is too much interesting point to understand how this resistivity behave as the temperature. How this resistivity behave as a temp in with the temperature. Means this is the for here I can write down for semiconductor, this is for conductor. And insulator, you may lot of things over there, because insulator does not depend upon the temperature, because there's a high resistivity. And for alloy, we have also graph of alloy. Here is temperature in terms of Kelvin temperature, and there is a resistivity, and there is a resistivity, what understand resistivity in terms of micro ohm into meter. And you see at alloy, this type of graph. You see at 0 Kelvin temperature, by default there is some kind of resistance. By default there is some kind of resistivity at 0 Kelvin temperature. Here at 0 Kelvin temperature, there is a no resistivity. Here at 0 Kelvin temperature, there is a high resistivity. In a proper meaning, in this whole world, as you see, this graph is touched to the 0. This is nevertheless. This is not possible. Why it is so? In this whole universe, no any object have zero resistance. No any object have zero resistance in this whole universe. Why it is so? What is the meaning behind it? So the meaning is that in this whole universe, some kind of resistance or resistivity arise. Why? As you see that it is nature of flow of electron. It is by the nature of flow of electron. You see, as we have the latest technology in our physics, in our daily life, latest technology, you see in a semiconductor, what happened in superconductor? In superconductor, we understand that as the temperature goes down up to 42 Kelvin, 2 Kelvin, 4 Kelvin, 4 Kelvin, 3 Kelvin, 2 Kelvin, 1 Kelvin, that much of below the 0 degree centigrade temperature, right? In terms of Kelvin, there is the resistivity arise at that point also. As you slow down the agitations of electron on its mean position, what to understand? On its mean position, as you lower down the thermal agitations of these uh, atoms, ions, or electrons, you see, still there is a resistance and resistivity. So over here, it is, I must say, there is a nevertheless to say there is a resistivity goes to zero. No any system in this world have zero resistance or resistivity. So I might say it starts from here, not to go zero, starts from here. You see this. Yes. So in this whole universe, no any object have zero resistance. Just keep these things in your mind. In this whole universe, no any object have zero resistance. Okay, on this, especially on this earth, we can understand as the temperature decreases up to 4 Kelvin temperature, 3 Kelvin temperature, up to that, because superconductivity is at that point. Superconductivity is at that point. It's a very low temperature superconductivity effect. So with the help of that, one can understand there is a too much low resistance, but still there is a resistance value occur over there. Too much low resistance, but still there is a resistance value occur over there. So move further. So this graph does not start from zero. It have some values, not zero anytime further. And this graph is for alloy. For alloy. In alloy, you see at 0 Kelvin temperature, there is this some kind of resistance exists over there. Resistance. So proper meaning of this resistor is that, as you understand the previous theories, because we have a proper picture of resistivity, rho is equal to n square tau upon m, r is equal to rho l upon a. With the help of this type of picture, one can understand that there is a microscopic picture of this value of resistor, and value is named as resistance, and the system object is named as resistor. There's a microscopic point of view. So with the help of this, one can understand for a particular resistor in a microscopic view. So how one can understand the amount of flow of electric charge or electron, amount of flow of electric charge, understand, flow of electric charge, that how much it resists with the help of temperature, which that give you the value of resistance. If you slow down the thermal agitations or thermal oscillations of an ions, positive ions, which is at the lattice point. I draw some picture over here. I want to draw some picture over here. So suppose this is a conductor. On this conductor, there is a positive ion. You see, on this conductor, there is the positive ion. Clear? And this positive ion is on the lattice point. This positive ion is on the lattice point. This is positive ion on lattice point. On lattice point. On this lattice point, there is a positive ion. It is a fix. It never come outside of this lattice point. It is another condition that it's come outside of it, but still we need to understand it's the lattice point. Now, as you know that electrons are moved, so that electrons are moved randomly over here. You can understand like this way, electrons are moved randomly inside this system. As it collide with this positive ion, it gives its energy to this positive ion. This gives the ion, gives the energy to this positive ion. What is positive ion? And what happened? This positive ion now more aggressively move, more aggressively, like this way, like this way, like this way, like this way, on its mean position. As it more aggressively, more oscillations takes place, the resistivity increases. Why? Because electron does not move from one point to another point. Electron unable to get its path from this position to this position, because there is a vast amount, not only one lattice point, every lattice point is moving aggressively, randomly on its mean position, aggressively, randomly on its mean position. What was mean position? And if you slower down these thermal agitations or thermal oscillations of this ion by the meaning of decreasing the temperature, what to understand? By decreasing the temperature. As the temperature decreases, the thermal oscillations decreases. As the thermal oscillation decreases, what happened? Now this electron is freely move. Now this electron freely move from one place to another place and appear immediately at the other end of the conductor. This electron is immediately appear on the other end of the conductor. By this way, the flow of current takes place. By this way, the flow of current takes place. Understand? Suppose there is the insulator, a plastic insulator of plastic means that. So what happened that lattice point is the positive ion and no electron travel from that, because in insulator there is no free electron. If no free electron, so no any motion of an electron from one place to another place. Electron is free. No, electron is there, but what? How? It is in bonding state. No any free electron. As previously I tell you that what is it? Current is a main property. How it is current passing through that? With the help of charge particle. With the help of charge particle. If free charge particle is available on the system, then there is a current flow is there. And if there is no charge particle appear into the system, there is no flow of electron is there. What to understand? So if there is a free electron available, suppose there is a conductor, so it is moving from one place to another place, from one edge to another edge, from one cross section to another cross section. So with the help of that, current is flow through that. The flow is resisted by this thermal oscillation of this positive ion, resisted by this thermal oscillated ion. You see, it is resisted by this way, and by with the help of this, electron unable to catch himself from one place to another place. So if it takes a lot of time to move from one point to another point, so means high resistance is there. And if it low time, it gets its low time. So by meaning that it is a what we say proper conductor, immediately appear to that one point to another point. If time to appear from one point to another point is too much low, means it is a good conductor. And if it takes a lot of time one place to another place, it is a bad conductor. It is a bad conductor. So this is the way to understand bad conductor and a good conductor. Right? A good conductor means the resistance is a passive device because it resists the motion of an electron. And you see in a gold, there is a high amount of free electrons. In a copper wire, there is a free electrons available. It moves fastly because amount of charged particle is higher. That amount of current is higher, right? So in a gold, there is a lot of what we say free electrons are available. So with the what we say appear, what we say when it take the potential difference applied between two ends of the conductor, immediately appear on the very far side. So that is the gold. There is a gold. There is an aluminum wire, gold wire, and copper wire. Different types of wires available in the market, and every wire has some different characteristics. As the temperature increases, if the temperature is increases, means amount of resistance value increases. Temperature increases, amount of resistance values increases. And if it is melt, if that wire is melt, so it is does not usable side. Because suppose you deal with a gold wire and temperature is increased, certainly increase the temperature certainly by the motion of this charged particle, and immediately it is melt. So what happened? Lot of what we say uh, lot of tragedy takes place here. Lot of tragedy because a gold melt. Gold is not it is what we say, gold is not a what we say is a cheap. It is too much costly. Gold is too much costly, and the cost you see from here. Clear? So this is the value of resistivity. Value of resistivity. What understand? And here one thing more about to say. This resistance is depend upon the temperature. This resistance is depend upon the temperature. So new topic comes arise into the picture. As previously I also tell you that the resistance is depend upon the temperature. So how resistance depends on temperature. So there is an equation behind it. As previously at the starting of the chapter I tell you that resistance also depend upon the temperature, but in this equation the temperature in V is equal to IR. There is no any temperature. You see, V is equal to IR. In this case there is no temperature, here is no temperature, but if you depend upon the temperature, then what is the new case? What is the new case on it? So understand. So if there is a not more variation of temperature, if there is not more variation, what understand? If there is not more variation, if there is not more variation into temperature, because that is the condition, is a proper condition. If there is not more variation in temperature, means high enough. So what? So for conductor, the temperature is depend upon the resistance. Temperature, that temperature depends on resistance. So there is a different equations over here. Temperature depends upon the resistance. Different equation here over here. Just like this equation, delta L is equal to alpha L delta T type equation. Similarly, over the equation of resistance like this way. This type of equations arise over here. But I do not go through that. I put it over here. Direct equation that R theta is equal to R theta 0 into bracket 1 plus alpha theta minus theta 0. This is the equation. In this equation, from this you can understand this equation. You see how delta, suppose this is the delta R is equal to alpha R delta T. R means R final minus R initial is equal to R initial delta T. And you see properly that R theta is equal to R theta 0 plus alpha theta 0 delta T. So R theta is equal to R theta 0 1 plus alpha delta T. So see, both equations are same. From this equation you can get this equation properly. So this is the equation that we want, that the resistance is depend upon the temperature. Resistance is depend upon temperature. You see from this equation, more understandable point of view is this: difference in temperature, difference in resistance, and alpha is a temperature coefficient of resistor, and alpha is TCR value. What is that? Temperature coefficient, of resistor. Resistor temperature coefficient of resistor, TCR. This TCR value is depend upon this way. These are the dependence of TCR. TCR means alpha. Alpha is maybe positive, maybe negative. That is the value, not zero always at the time. So alpha is there. I write down over here. First of all, understand this equation. Now, it is a temperature depends on the resistance value of resistance. I want to understand. Here, R theta means at theta temperature, at theta temperature, value of resistance at theta temperature. R theta 0 at theta 0 temperature, the value of resistance theta 0, this is theta 0 is nothing but what we say reference temperature, reference temperature, and theta is only temperature, and theta is only temperature. What about alpha? Alpha is nothing but TCR, temperature coefficient of resistor, temperature coefficient of resistance, and the unit is that degree centigrade inverse or Kelvin inverse, degree centigrade inverse or Kelvin inverse.